Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's video. Now this week's video is going to be all about sugar-free, no added sugar, unsweetened products, and just kind of how you can tell the difference and what really actually has sugar in it. Alright, so let's get started! Stories we're talking about sugar and like sugar-free diets and no added sugar-free diets, and you guys were getting a little confused about the two different ways of eating no sugar. So I want to kind of break down what sugar-free, no added sugar, and kind of unsweetened products kind of mean, so when you go to the grocery store you're not as confused of what you can eat and what you can't eat. Okay, so if you're looking to reduce sugar, you're going to be looking at products that have, say, no sugar or no added sugar to it. When they generally say that on the package, they have some sort of sugar in it or sweetener or sugar substitute to make it sweet, just so you're aware of that. Or they have hidden sugars in some form or way. And a lot of products actually have hidden sugars in it, and those are like salad dressings and pasta sauce. They actually have a lot of sugar, pasta sauce, and dressings. That's why I make all mine from scratch, and I can them and I preserve them and I put them in my little pantry. Okay, so sugar doesn't necessarily, like reducing sugar doesn't necessarily mean taking out the sweets, the pop, the chips, all that. It could just literally be in products that you generally use every single day. Okay, so fruit, for example, contains natural sugar, so that is a good sugar that you do want into your diet, because the fruit also contains fibers, vitamins, and minerals as well. Dairy products also have a natural sugar in it as well, so you just want to kind of like get aware of what actually has natural sugars in it, opposed to added sugars. Okay, so when you're looking at buying sugar products, you want to look at the label. So I have a few products here. Okay, these products here are considered healthy food products. Okay, so these are some sweet potato crackers. They are normally used for gluten-free people and are considered much more healthier than an actual cracker, which they are. Okay, but we're going to look at the nutrition label. So this is a nutrition label right here. It is backwards for you, and I do apologize. But what you want is the serving size. So you want to look at the serving size here, and it will actually, this one here actually says the number of crackers on it. So that's kind of awesome. So it's 30 crackers. Or it says half a cup. And sometimes it just has grams on it, okay? And then you want to look down. It's going to have the calories of that, the fat, the carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates is where you're going to find the sugar. So it has sugar here, and it's 2 grams of sugar per 30 crackers, which is actually not that bad, okay? So this is actually a pretty good product for sugar-wise. If you're looking to reduce your sugar, if you're looking to have a complete sugar-free diet, this is not a product for you. Or if you're looking for a no added sugar product, this is also not a product for you, because there's containment of sugar in it. Are we kind of understanding that now? Basically, when you do sugar-free or no added sugar diets, you want to kind of make basically everything from scratch. But if you're just looking to reduce sugar in your diet and whatnot, this is still a great product for you. It's not that bad amount of sugar. Okay, now another thing that I want to talk about that has a lot of sugar in it is granola bars. Okay, we hand them to our kids because it's like, okay, quick and easy, you can just take it on the go, right? A lot of them have lots of sugar in it, right? And I want to show you a product that this is the healthy granola bars, right? And these are the only ones that we grab when we run out of homemade granola bars. We make our granola bars from scratch. And it's just like when we've had like a really busy week and I haven't had a time to actually make it the granola bars, we just have these on hand to kind of hand to the kids because they are better than, you know, the marshmallow or chocolate chip Quaker Oats bars out there, right? They are better in some aspects, okay? But I want to show you the label here, okay? So this label is per bar, and I'll show you the size of the bar. So this is the size of a bar, okay? All right. And this is the peanut butter chocolate chip one. And when you look at it, it's 200 calories, which isn't too bad. There's not too much fat content. We get it because of the protein, okay? There's 6 grams of protein per bar, which is actually pretty good. And the iron, there's 10% iron, your 10% iron on it. So that's actually pretty good. The sodium, there's barely any sodium in it. But if you look at it, because it's a healthy granola bar, it's in the healthy granola bar section. It's you want to get this because it's healthier for you. There's actually 16 grams of sugar. So when we have these, I actually break them in half. So the girls each have a half. They don't actually have a full granola bar. Because it's just something to kind of get them over to the next meal kind of thing. But I wanted to show you that product because even though it's in the health organic section, they both are, both these products are, not always is it healthy. You have to really digest the nutrition facts here and the ingredients. Actually, these ones actually have, like this granola bar has all ingredients that you can read, like it's dates, peanuts, butter, semi-sweet chocolate chips, then there's sugar, cocoa butter, vanilla extract, and roasted peanuts, okay? So, like, you can actually read the ingredients, so that's awesome. And the same goes for these crackers as well, okay? So it's ground yellow corn, organic sunflower oil, organic sweet potato, organic white corn, and organic brown flex seeds with black sesame seeds. And that's the ingredients. So when you actually can read it and actually have good words with it, it's a good product, right? So this is just an example of 2 healthy products found in the exact same section of the store, the organic sections. They're actually in the same aisle, to be honest with you. And just how you can have the little difference in sugars in the labels. Okay, so now that we've kind of gone over some products and kind of how to read a label and really read the ingredients and how some healthy foods may be healthy but aren't all that healthy, we're going to kind of go through what sugar-free is, what no added sugar is, and we're also going to kind of go through what unsweetened is, okay? Because all these terms are found on your products, and I kind of want to go over them just so you can kind of get an idea of what the products are that you're picking up, okay? So sugar-free. Sugar-free is a labeled term regulated by the FDA, okay? It is added to like a food or drink that is sugar-free, which means it has less than 0.5 grams of sugar in the product. That's when it can be labeled, and that's per serving, and that's when it can be labeled sugar-free. So when it says sugar-free and it has 0.5 grams per serving, you want to look at the serving size, because I don't know if you didn't know this about taco spice, they actually have the serving size so small that it has 0 sugar in it. But if you actually do the times of it, because it's 0.5 sugar on it. It's like the bare minimum of it. So there's like no sugar in the actual label. But if you actually times what's actually in the full package to the serving size, there's actually 32 grams of sugar in a package of taco spice, right? So it's labels trick you in that way. So you want to look at the serving size, because obviously when you make tacos, who doesn't use the full taco pack, right? We used to until we started making our own taco spice, right? So you want to look at that. You want to look at the serving size, because these sugar-free products are very, very tricky with that. Okay. That's very important when you're looking at the label, is the serving size. Okay. Which is awesome, because on my app, when we do the 14 sugar-free day reduce your sugar challenge, it's 14 actionable steps that you can take on your own pace. You don't have to do 14 days. But on there, I actually have an example of a label, and I label the label and how you can read the label. As of 2020, all of North America was supposed to get labels that when it said under carbohydrates, it would say sugar. it was also supposed to actually put added sugar on there as well. They were supposed to kind of phase that in, and by 2023, I believe, all products are supposed to have it. So like they're phasing it in 2020, and so by 2023, all products labels in North America are supposed to have that. So fingers crossed that it becomes a little bit more apparent to us with the amount of sugar that's in our products. So let's talk about when the label says no added sugar, okay? So this is the food label. The Food and Drug Administration permits food labels to claim no added sugar if there's been no sugars added to like the processing or packaging of the food, right? So this includes like natural food, so fruit juices, dried fruit, that sort of thing. So if there's been no sugar added manually to the product, any product can actually put no added sugar on there, okay? Since there's our sugars in there, but they're naturally occurring. Does that make sense? So there's been no sugar added to the whole processing and packaging of the food, and that's why that's on there, okay? What you do need to watch out for a no added sugar on the label is the sugar alcohols, okay? Or the artificial sweeteners in there, because they're not necessarily bad in small amounts, but if you just keep buying products with them, you can develop like high blood sugar over time, because they're just a different form of sugar. So you can still elevate your blood sugar levels by eating these products, the sugar alcohols, the sweeteners, okay? So when we bake, we try and bake as natural ingredients as possible, and when we can't, we do add just a tad bit of sweetener. But even when the recipe calls for sweetener or sugar alcohols, we use half of what the recipe calls for. And sometimes even less than that, because we've gotten so used to not having sugar. Even just a little bit of those sweeteners, or we don't use sweeteners, we use sugar alcohols. That is just too sweet for us, okay? So we do try and naturally sweeten our stuff with, like, say, honey, maple syrup, dates, that sort of thing. They actually sweeten up your baking and whatnot, so you don't need to add sugar or sugar alcohol in that sense. Okay, so what is unsweetened on a package? So unsweetened means it contains no added sugars, no added sweeteners, no artificial sugars, flavoring, anything like that, okay? If you were to reduce your sugar, unsweetened is probably the best way to go, because it still contains natural sugars, but it has nothing added to it, okay? So that's just kind of like how we bake here at home. So when we see an unsweetened thing and look at the label, we can kind of trust that there's no sugar alcohol in it. And when you actually read the ingredients, it's there as proof. So it's great. If you want to try and reduce your sugar, unsweetened is probably the best way you can go, okay? If you wanted to make it just a little bit sweeter when you bring it home, if it's something that you can actually add stuff to, I would add like a natural sweetener to it. So something that's natural. That's what we try and bake with, is natural sweetener. So 100% monk fruit, pure stevia, and then, occasionally a sugar alcohol, but not very often. We try and use as natural products as we possibly can. If it's a whole food, it comes naturally sweetened. So you don't really need that kind of thing, okay? Does that make sense? So all in all, in this great video, is read the labels, read the ingredients. It does take a little bit longer when you first start this off to go grocery shopping, but by the end of it, you're going to know what products you need. You're going to know what you're looking for on a label, and it's going to be a lot faster if you just start doing it and keep doing it, right? And just be aware of the servings, okay? Because they'll get you on a nutrients facts label with the servings, okay? So just be aware of that. But if you read the nutrition and the ingredients, you will be fine. If it does claim if it's sugar-free, no added sugar, definitely read the labels. Definitely read the labels for them, because some of them actually are great products and are sugar-free and have no added sugar to it, and they're great products to have. But you still need to read the label to make sure it is what it says it is, okay? So that's our video for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys!